Mr. Stenhouse.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Before Representative Ruggiero starts the clock, I have two requests. First, one other witness.
How did you know she was doing that?
One other witness on the list had to leave. So could I have 30 seconds just to tell you what she gave you?
Out of fairness, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pam Gincarella from OSTPA. I believe you have a packet. It's a copy of all the town resolutions. I believe 13 of them that passed some kind of action questioning the RhodeMap, a number of them asking to opt out. She wanted me to note that 3 of those towns, Burrillville, North Kingston, and the mayor of Cranston, even though we have Cranston planners here, they were all original consortium members. They've now reversed course on this. So the people in the cities are very concerned, and she wanted that noted.
I did see that packet, Mr. Stenhouse, and I will not hold that time against you.
And you only used 15 seconds.
Okay, but I have a second statement before we start the clock. I do want to.
On Pam's time?
People have been waiting 5 months since this plan was passed. They've been waiting about 5 hours today. There was no limit put on the administrative officials. I think it's unfair to limit us. The voice of the people needs to be heard here. We will do our best to limit it, but please let the people speak on this important issue. Thank you very much. And I'll try to get through. I'll paraphrase as much as I can. Okay, start the clock. I'm here today on behalf of the Gaspee Project, a new organization, even though you might know our work from the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity. I'm publicly on record saying that this RhodeMap Rhode Island agenda is very dangerous for Rhode Island. I'm also here to tell you today that it's a complete ruse, and I'm going to go through the deception that has systematically taken place with this program. First, it is our contention that the legislative process itself was deliberately manipulated in 2013 in order to gain adoption of this plan. How did a plan that started in 2011 with HUD, with a grant application, end up being morphed into enabling legislation that this very committee asked for in 2013? How did those two things become one? You did not ask for that. But yet your enabling legislation became RhodeMap Rhode Island. Clearly a bait and switch. Second, by what authority does a mid-level state employee is able to bind the state of Rhode Island and its 39 municipalities to federal guidelines without any approval from the people's representatives? No, you did not ask for that in that enabling letter. You asked for a plan. You didn't ask for us to be handcuffed. That's what you got. Third, that this social equity plan is being put forth as an economic development plan. It is not. If we want a social equity plan, we can have one. But let's not pretend that it's economic development. At one of the commission hearings, one citizen asked members, raise your hand if you've got a background or degree in economics. I didn't see anybody raise their hand. Let me raise my hand. I have a degree in economics from Harvard University. And I can tell you that nothing in this plan meets generally accepted economic theory. Fourth, the planners want you to believe that this is a custom plan for Rhode Island. It is far from the truth. It is a cookie-cutter plan being pushed down out of Washington, D.C. by HUD. Here is just one document that lists Rhode Island as just one of 16 teams throughout the country to build a sustainable economic future through equity and inclusion. This is not a plan for Rhode Island. This is a Trojan horse for an agenda out of Washington, D.C. Fifth, the RhodeMap Rhode Island planners want you to believe the public is supportive of this scheme. They tout all the meetings they held. I went to those meetings. Many people here went to those meetings. There was no talk of HUD, of mandates. There was all just this nice fuzzy talk of these nice green walkable neighborhoods. When the public really found out and turned out late last year, 300 people at that final vote, many of whom had to be turned away because of overflow. The real voice of the public was there. To perpetuate a myth that the public supports this is another ruse. is the claim you heard today that nothing in this plan specifically threatens property rights or local governmental sovereignty. That may be technically true, but it's morally dishonest because we all know what happens next. They know what happens next once HUD gets its claws into our towns. We've done the research. These other places throughout the country have all suffered property rights losses, have all suffered zoning ordinances being forced on them that aren't of their own doing. So we know what happens. Again, it's a Trojan horse. The people of Rhode Island are sick of these special interest-driven agendas.